for the moment, we're in discussion with Mr. Nizar Musa. He is a training manager. So now, Mr. Nizar, we had a report that was entirely based upon communication skills.
Yeah.
If you would like to comment on that.
Yeah, sure. Albert Harabian has made a kind of study in the 1960s, early in the 1960s, and so far it's taken by a lot of trainers and a lot of people in the science of communication. It's talking about only the 3 most important elements of communication.
We got 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
So words
Words.
is number 1. Number 2 is the way we speak, which is the voice. You have already mentioned that.
Yeah.
So the voice, and also when we talk about the body language.
Like the eye contact, for example?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's very important.
So eye contact is one of the most important elements within the body language itself.
Okay.
And by the way, according to his study, when some research was done in accordance with people speaking the same language, face-to-face communication, he found that words play only 7% of the conveyed message. You can imagine.
Oh.
See? However, the voice when you speak plays a role of 38%. And the rest 55% goes to
Body language. So that's mean, you know what is the weird thing? Sometimes we meet people in the street. They never talk with us, but the way they look at us and the way we see their body language, we've been offended or we feel that good about them. Yes, it might be.
Yes.
It's all about the body language and the way we communicate with others.
Yeah, imagine if you're speaking to a disabled person and he's got a lack of communication. I mean, he's, for example, deaf or
He
mute.
cannot speak.
Okay, can't speak. Now, this person regularly can communicate. So communication is not only speaking. So we need to know that 55% of our communication goes into the body language, how we speak, how we express the thoughts in our minds into gestures and movements that people see in general.
It's like the way
Right.
we pass the message.
Yeah.
So by the end of the day, the most important thing is to have a smile on your faces whenever it is that you're talking, because that way you seem to be a warmer, a much nicer person, and we all look our best when we're smiling. Plus, it's sunnah. So, Mr. Musa, we understand that body language plays a vital role in how it is that our message is conveyed. Sometimes we meet people that leave us confused because they seem to have like a nice cheerful voice, but then they have a blank poker face. So you don't understand whether they're happy talking to you or whether they are unhappy being with you. So how it is that we should also give some other person the benefit of the doubt that maybe they're having a bad day.
And they don't
Yeah.
have friends. Those poker faces or B faces,
Yeah.
they don't make it really good in social life.
Yeah, yeah, sure. So one of the biggest important things in this regard is the culture itself. Because if I understand, for example, being here in Saudi Arabia for more than 10 years would give me a kind of idea about the Saudi culture. So I can understand everything or mostly everything about whatever they say, even in some let's say slogans, some words which have some codes between, for example, the young guys these days. So if somebody is new to the culture, will not understand everything. So we need to understand these gestures and movements of the people. For example, different cultures, without mentioning some names, would have some ideas expressed in some movements. So some people may have a nod, for example, regularly in the Arab countries, regularly our nod, this means yes, without even saying.
And if we go to India, they do like this.
Yeah, yeah.
So each culture got their own
See, and
habits,
this makes
yes.
sometimes miscommunication, by the way.
Oh yeah, it does, a lot. So we should understand each other culture.
Yeah, imagine that you are used to somebody
Something like
making
this, yeah.
this as yes, and somebody comes making this as yes. So you understand that this is no,
Yes,
right?
exactly, yes. If you go to Lebanon, this is so and so. But in India, it's like indeed. Yeah,
Okay.
this is the difference.
So just back to her question, in general, when we have some movements and we have to understand these movements, we can't say that these are 100% for sure they have this meaning. So for example, if I am having an interview at work, and the manager sits with this position, with this posture, I believe some people will understand that this is, for example, he's a little bit defensive. He wants just to
Or
show,
uninterested.
or yeah, uninterested. For example,
He's closed.
Yeah, closed. But maybe this is his nature, or this is his culture. So it depends. So it depends on understanding the cultures of others.
But you know what is the awkward thing? Even animals, if you make communication with them, like the pets in the house, like the cats.
Yeah.
We look at the eyes. We do some kind of gesture by the voice. Subhanallah, they can move. You know, they can do whatever we are looking for.
Yeah, sure.
So that's mean words is not everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so we talked about the elements. So how we say about the listening? How to be? We know how to be active in talking.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. But what about listening?
Listening is something very important, as we know, because it has regularly 5 levels of listening, by the way.
5 levels.
Yeah, we have 5 levels of listening. And when we talk about the 5 levels of listening, we have to understand first that we should use our ears more than our mouth. Okay? So to be a leader, even some leaders in great positions in all over the country and all over the world would be good listeners. So a leader has to be a good listener, first of all. And has to go that ladder of levels of listening one by one until reaching the last one, or the highest one. So the first one is what we call ignoring listening. That somebody speaking, I consider
Like
that
what we see in the video here.
yeah, ignoring. Even I'm not listening. I'm just hearing, but not listening. And you know, there's a big difference between them.
I hate
Obviously.
that.
Okay.
It's heaven.
Yeah,
With the parents and the kids. They're
Yeah.
talking and the parents ignoring.
ignoring, and sometimes they make a kind of appreciation for their participation as children, but they make the second one, or the second level, which is pretending. Like,
what I'm
I
talking
pretend
about,
I'm listening to you, I'm having an eye contact with you.
It happens.
Yeah, it happens sometimes. So you have an eye contact with somebody.
And
however,
some people are very good with that.
yeah, however,
It's like
his-
acting this.
yeah, his mind, and even, by the way, just go to the relationship between man and lady, and
It
man and
happens,
woman,
huh?
especially husband and wife. It becomes a kind of issue if he pretends. And just guess what happens when she discovers, by asking him, so
What do you think?
yeah, what did I say?
Oh, and here comes the problem.
Yeah, see?
So this is the second one, pretending.
Yeah,
Okay.
pretending. So the next one is the selective listening. I listen to you, however, what goes with my principles, with my ideas, I just take. Other things, I just ignore.
Ah,
Okay, so
Selective listening.
this is the selective listening.
I want to hear what I want to hear.
Yeah,
Just.
okay.
Okay.
And the fourth level is the attentive listening. And because of this, in even some business interviews, they focus on having the interviewee with that skill of attention to details. So they come and ask him some questions.
And the final one?
And the final one is the empathetic one. Okay?
Intensive, you mean?
Yeah, with empathy.
With empathy.
Yeah.
Oh, this is with the heart. He's
Yeah,
listening
yeah,
with
yeah.
the heart. With
So, for
passion.
example, when you have empathy with somebody, it means that you understand, you listen and understand everything. You put yourself in that place, and you even sometimes may cry because
put yourself in the
of a
person's
sad
shoes.
story. Yeah.
Fantastic.
I like to
And
think like this when they gave me raise. I like to put my heart with the person to say, you are having the raise. It feels so beautiful. Yeah. you're
well, never
absolutely
mind,
right.
honey. For the moment, we'd really like to thank you, Mr. Nizar. That was a wonderful discussion, and we do hope to see you again in the future.
We need to ask him something. Are we good communicator, me and Nihat?
Sure.
We are?
Yeah, for
Okay.
sure.
Even if we aren't,
But
he
you
will
asked-
say yes.
No. Let me be honest with you. Your body language is very gorgeous in general, by
Thank
the
you
way.
so
And
much.
by the way, before having that pleasure of sitting down here with you, I've seen you many times on TV. So your body language is very nice. Just keep going on this, because remember, 55% of your message will go to the people through your body language.
So we're not
Bravo,
pretending. We're
fantastic.
not pretending. Okay?
Yeah.
And now with this, we
Okay,
would like to
that's it.
thank you, Mr. Nizar Musa, for joining us.
You're
For the
welcome.
moment, ladies and gentlemen, a quick short break. Keep smiling, because that conveys the best messages.
Oh, yeah.